So there has been this sharp increase in the prices of sugar in the recent past, and they have gone up from 48 rupees just about 15 days back to a level of about 56 rupees now. So we felt it is important to clarify that this is not based on any fundamentals. The sugar sector availability in terms of the stocks that we have in the country is ample, is adequate, and there is no reason for any of the stakeholders to take advantage of this kind of a position, profiteer, hoard, speculate, and create this kind of an impression that the country has no stocks of sugar. So the stocks of sugar that we have at the end of the season, what we will have on 30th September, will be around 33 to 35 lakh tons, and in October, when is the festive season, we would, let's say, release about 24 to 25 lakh tons, and also we start crushing in the month of October. So we are estimating, since the crushing will start early this year by 15th of October, there will be about 10 to 12 lakh tons of additional sugar available in the month of October, which will ensure that the availability will be more than adequate to cater to the domestic requirements. However, as a matter of abundant precaution, government has also given an approval to have duty-free import of about 10 lakh tons of sugar, of raw sugar, and they've also decided that we will allow the refineries which are under the advanced authorization scheme. They are importing sugar, importing raw sugar, processing it, and then exporting. These sugar refineries have also been allowed to transfer the stocks that they're having under this advanced authorization scheme, to transfer the stock and convert it to domestic sales, so that immediately we'll have a relief. So as I said, these are all additional steps taken as a matter of abundant precaution. There is no justification for some of these players in the sugar sector to have hiked the prices. We are in fact aware. I have had meetings today with the sugar associations, both the Sugar Federation of the Cooperatives and also the ISMA, which represent the private sugar mills, and told them that what has happened over the past few days is not acceptable. The ex-mill prices for no reason have shot up from a level of around 47, 48 to a level of 62 in just about 7 to 10 days. And there is no reason why they have actually jacked up the prices. So we've conveyed our sentiments to the industry. I've also had a meeting today with all the major states which are producing sugar. They've also been told to be in readiness to start the sugar crushing early, around 15th of October. We've also told them to come down heavily on the black marketeers, on the hoarders, and the speculators. So we have right now a limit of 400 tons of stocks that you can hold. Government is also considering whether we can lower the stocks further, keeping in view the position available in the country. Besides which, we have told the sugar mills that when they are disposing the stocks, because this is what we found in the physical verification, that just to create an artificial scarcity, some sugar mills are selling the stocks but only on paper. They're not selling it physically. So we have told that once you sell a particular quantity, that quantity must be disposed and given out in the market for the consumption of the end user. We also told that the bulk user means anybody who is having 10 tons or more of requirement every month. These bulk users should also not keep more than 15 days of inventory with them. I know we have also got representations. Some of the end users, bulk users, feel that it is a little inconvenient. I agree, it may be a little inconvenient, but keeping in view the situation where some people are bent on hoarding the stocks unnecessarily without no reason when ample stocks are available, I think these are some steps that the government has taken of late, which will ensure that the availability in the market improves, and I can assure that there will be no issue with regard to the availability of stocks in the festive season and beyond. and even the prices would remain stable. So,
Sir, you have allowed 10 lakh ton of sugar by October. So how much physically do you think is possible for import, and whether import price is viable? Is it more than domestic price, or is it lower than that?
So import prices of raw sugar are viable. We had a meeting, as I said, just before we have just half an hour back. I was meeting the industry, and the industry has worked out the economics. So even at the present elevated levels of prices of raw sugar in the world market, it will be viable for them to import, to process, and then to sell in the domestic market at levels much below the present prices which are prevailing in the market.
How much physically quantity do you think?
So we have given them time until 28th. The DGFT has given them time until 28th of August to give their requirement for this TRQ, duty-free import. And I was assured by the industry that the entire quantity would be picked up by them, and they would be also able to import, because already they started talking to the foreign agents, and we are hopeful that they will be able to import the entire quantity.
And this timeline for October is for the physical shipment, or just entering contract would be enough?
No. The physical, it should enter the country by 31st of October, and we will give preference to those sugar mills and those sugar refineries that are able to import in the country by 15th of October.
Sir, from when we started this season, we were in abundance, and that's why you allowed exports. Now we have ended, when we are ending the season, now we are deciding to import. So where we went wrong? Did the industry estimate is wrong?
So I think if you are those of you who are covering the commodity market, so it is very volatile. So when we started the season, we were told that the ISMA in fact gave the estimates that the production will be 348 lakh tons of sugar. From the cane commissioners of the state, we got the figure of 343 lakh tons.
This is before diversion, or after?
This is gross. Gross sugar will be 343 was lakh tons given by ISMA, and 343 lakh tons given by the cane commissioners of the state, and 348 given by ISMA.
Yes, sir.
However, because of the pest attack in November and around that period, and there was waterlogging, there was excessive rains. So when the crushing started happening, we found that the recoveries actually, yield and the recovery went down. And the estimates actually were brought down around March. The estimates, March, April, we found that the estimates are coming down. And now we are looking at a gross sugar production of 306 lakh tons. Against 348 to 343, around that, what we started with, we've come down to that level. So when we started, obviously we cannot anticipate these things well in advance. So we are, based on the situation, based on the facts and figures, based on the feedback that we get from the states, we take a decision at a particular point in time. But then that particular decision, in case let's say we have to review or we need to take any corrective action, those things are also done. So all along, right from November, December onwards, government has been very proactive in taking decisions, in taking corrective measures, and now the precaution that we have taken to also import sugar, while there is no shortage in the country of sugar, but to import sugar just to actually have a buffer and just to give the message to the people who have been hoarding or speculating that government is intent to ensure that the interests of the consumers are protected. And then the other issue is with regard to the ethanol diversion. Again, we are making some of the stakeholders are trying to create the impression that the sugar prices have gone up only because of ethanol diversion, which is again completely baseless. See, ethanol diversion, if you will talk to industry or those of you who are aware of the sector would be knowing that ethanol diversion has been the single important factor for turning around not only the sugar sector, but also ensuring timely payment to the cane farmers. The for this season, we have already paid 97% of the cane dues, which is a historical high. And government is conscious of the fact that we were aware that the sugar production this year, when we were, let's say, made to know that the sugar production may be little less, so we have given lesser diversion for ethanol compared to what we used to do in 22-23. In 2022-23, we diverted almost 43 lakh tons of sugar, and that was in percentage terms around 12% of the total sugar stock was diverted. That is now gradually this year we've diverted about 28 lakh tons, and that's about 9%. So government is gradually now changing the feedstock mix, and greater quantity of ethanol is now coming from grain, particularly maize. So 3/4 of the ethanol being produced in the country is coming from grain, and only 1/4 is coming from sugar feedstock. And this too has ensured that the sector has, all the stakeholders of the sector have gained, and government will take whatever measures are required to ensure the consumers' interest and the interest of the farmers are protected, because that's the broad underlying intent of the government policy for the sugar sector.
Sir, can you go through the balance sheet of this year? 306 you are saying the gross production, and then 28 lakh is diversion. How much was the opening stock?
50.
50. So
Anyway, we'll give you the figures. I told you the broad thing that as of the end of the sugar season, we will have stocks of around 33 to 35 LMT. So that is on 30th of September, right? So now we have October. October is the critical month, because October is when there'll be crushing will only start around the middle of October. So I need stocks for, let's say, particularly for October and part of November, just to be on the safe side. So my stocks, even if, let's say, hypothetically speaking, while we are yet to decide, but hypothetically speaking, if I give allotment of 25 lakh tons of, let's say, in October, again I'm left with around 8 to 10 LMT. Plus my the sugar crushing will start in October 15th to 20th, and while we normally get 3 to 4 LMT of sugar in October, this year we are hoping, because we will start the crushing early, we have incentivized the sugar mills by telling them that whatever production they make of sugar in the month of October, they'll be free to sell in the month of October and November. So because of the improved realization, they would be more incentivized to produce sugar in October and also sell it during October and November. Plus November we have 40 lakh tons of production average. So if you see, plus now as a precaution we are importing about 10 lakh tons. So overall, if you see, in October, November, we are not anticipating any shortage of any kind. Only thing that we are now monitoring is the fact that some of these unscrupulous elements are taking advantage of the situation, creating some kind of a scare, creating rumors, and increasing the prices.
So what action taken against these kind of activities that is happening?
So we have now had the states have been. I just had a meeting with the states also. The states have been told to act in the toughest possible manner against the elements who are hoarding, against the elements who are keeping stocks more than the required limit, against elements who are not disclosing the stocks in time. So you will see more action coming in the next 1 week, where we are sending almost 10 teams to different parts of the country, and along with the state government, we will be carrying out these checks on these different entities that are stocking sugar. And I hope that this message will go, while I think the message has gone loud and clear to the industry, but I think through our actions in the next 1 week, the actions will also speak louder than words.
But sir, you said this time mills are also playing mischief, hoarding at wholesaling.
Well, I don't want to now get into the semantics, but yes, the fact remains that the ex-mill price of sugar has shot up. As I said, from there is actually a vertical spike in the past 7 days, a vertical spike where the X mill price has gone up from 4,800 to 6,200 in a matter of 7 days. How do you explain that? So that is a discussion I've had with the mills, that with the associations, that they should not, they should be supportive of government policies. We have always been assisting the sugar sector, and we expect that they will not take advantage of these situations to the detriment of the consumers of the country.
So will you consider we have MEP, minimum selling price, MSP? So there should be maximum selling price also?
So as I said, we have made our point, made our stand clear to the industry. I hope that they will give us, give our viewpoint due consideration and talk to their associates and undertake corrective measures, failing which all options are open to us to ensure, because sugar is a sector which is regulated in the interest of all the stakeholders. It cannot work to the interest of only one stakeholder. It has to work to the interest of the farmers and the consumers as well. In case the industry thinks otherwise, we would need to correct that impression.
So what is the retail price currently, and do you think it will come down?
The retail price currently is 56, 56, and we are hoping that it will come down. Thank you.
What is the government assessment, because the festive season is coming, so what is the government assessment about the sugar prices, the market?
So as I mentioned, that we are confident that the availability is not an issue. Only a few sections have created this kind of a impression that there is a shortage in the industry, shortage in the sector, shortage in the market, which is not borne out by fact by the figures which I have given you. We have also spoken to all the stakeholders, the state governments we have spoken to the industry, and we told them that they should correct that impression and ensure that the market is not, let's say, denied the stocks which are already available in the country.